Hello everyone, it's Mate. I've spent a fair bit of my life in some of the most unforgiving places on Earth, pushing the limits of human endurance. But survival isn't just about what you face in the wild. For many people, it's their 9 to 5. It's about confronting danger head-on, not for adventure, but to provide, to build, to keep our world turning. These are the jobs where a single moment of lost concentration, a single misstep, can be the difference between coming home and not coming home at all. They require a unique kind of courage, a mental fortitude that's forged in the face of daily risk. Today we're counting down the top 10 most dangerous jobs in the world. We're going to look beyond the office cubicle and into the heart of professions where the stakes are incredibly high. These aren't just statistics. These are real people facing extreme conditions, battling the elements, and wrestling with powerful machinery. The risks are immense. From the crushing force of nature to the split-second dangers of man-made environments, it's a world where every day is a test of skill, nerve, and sheer will to survive. So, buckle up. We're about to explore the raw, untamed reality of the world's most hazardous occupations. We'll see the courage it takes to work hundreds of feet in the air, deep beneath the Earth's surface, or out on the wild, unpredictable sea. This is a tribute to the men and women who look danger in the eye every single day. Let's get into it. Out here in the vast, remote forests, the air is thick with the smell of pine and freshly cut timber. But don't let the beauty fool you. This is one of the most hostile work environments on the planet. Logging workers are true modern-day pioneers, battling not just the terrain but the sheer raw power of nature. Every tree, some weighing many tons, is a potential widowmaker. The ground is uneven, often slick with mud or covered in snow, making every step a calculated risk. You've got to have your wits about you constantly, listening for the telltale crack of a falling branch or the groan of a tree about to give way. It's a relentless, physically demanding job where there's no room for error. The dangers don't just come from above. These men and women operate heavy, unforgiving machinery, chainsaws that can kick back in an instant, and skidders that can roll on steep inclines. A simple mechanical failure or a moment of distraction can lead to catastrophic consequences. The fatality rate in this industry is staggeringly high, often many times the national average for all other jobs. It's a constant dance with danger, requiring immense strength, skill, and an almost sixth sense for survival. These are tough individuals working in some of the most isolated corners of the world, far from immediate help. The open ocean, it's a place of incredible beauty and absolute, unforgiving power. For fishers, this isn't a holiday cruise. It's their factory floor, and it's one of the most unpredictable in the world. Out here, hundreds of miles from shore, you are at the mercy of the weather. A calm sea can transform into a raging tempest with terrifying speed. I've seen waves the size of buildings, and these crews face that regularly. They're battling freezing temperatures, gale-force winds, and the constant bone-chilling spray of salt water, all while trying to manage their gear. It's a brutal assault on the body and the mind. The deck of a fishing vessel is a chaotic, dangerous obstacle course. Heavy pots and nets weighing hundreds of pounds are swinging from cranes. Winches and cables are under immense tension. If one snaps, it becomes a lethal whip. The decks are perpetually slick with water, ice, and fish guts, making a slip and fall not just a possibility, but a constant threat. Going overboard in these conditions, often in the dead of night, is a terrifying prospect with a grim chance of survival. This job demands grit, endurance, and a deep respect for the raw power of the sea. We often take for granted the shelter over our heads, but the people who build and maintain it face a constant vertical danger. Roofers operate in a world defined by height and exposure. Every single day, they are one slip, one gust of wind, one moment of imbalance away from a life-altering fall. The work surface itself is often precarious, steeply pitched, slippery when wet, or scorching hot under the sun, which can lead to heat stroke and dehydration. There's often no safety net, just the roofer's skill, balance, and unwavering focus standing between them and the ground far below. It's a high-wire act, without the applause. The physical toll is immense. They carry heavy bundles of shingles or rolls of material up ladders, contorting their bodies into awkward positions for hours on end. The risk isn't just falling from the edge, it's tripping over equipment, slipping on a loose tile, or stepping through a weak spot in the structure. Add in the hazards, of working with hot tar, power tools, and sometimes even unseen electrical wires, and you have a recipe for disaster. It takes a special kind of person, someone with a calm head for heights, and a profound awareness of their surroundings to master this trade. The skyline of every modern city is a testament to the sweat and risk of construction workers. These sites are dynamic, ever-changing environments, and, honestly, they are riddled with hazards. From the moment you step onto a job site, you are entering a zone where danger lurks around every corner. You have massive cranes lifting tons of steel overhead, bulldozers and excavators moving earth with incredible force, and the constant noise that can drown out a warning shout. It's an organized chaos, where situational awareness is not just a skill, it's your primary survival tool. The dangers are multifaceted. Workers face the risk of falls from scaffolding or unfinished structures, being struck by falling tools or materials from above, or getting caught in or between heavy machinery. Then there are the unseen dangers: electrocution from temporary wiring, trench collapses that can bury a person in seconds, and exposure to hazardous materials, like asbestos, in older buildings. Every task, from welding steel beams hundreds of feet in the air to digging foundations deep in the ground, carries its own set of life-threatening risks. It's a tough, gritty job that builds our world, but it demands a heavy price from those on the front line. Now, we go from the heights to the crushing depths of the earth. Being a miner means working in a place where humans were never meant to be. Deep underground, you leave the sun and the sky behind and enter a dark, confined, and inherently unstable world. The very air you breathe can be your enemy, filled with coal dust that blackens the lungs or toxic gases like methane that are both poisonous and explosive. The psychological pressure of working in tight spaces, under thousands of tons of rock, is immense. Every creak and groan of the earth is a reminder of the immense weight above you. The most terrifying and immediate danger is a cave-in or rock burst, where the earth itself becomes the aggressor, collapsing with unimaginable force. But the risks don't stop there. The presence of flammable gases means that a single spark from equipment can trigger a devastating explosion. There's also the constant threat of flooding, equipment malfunctions in confined spaces where escape is difficult, and the long-term health effects of breathing in dust and chemicals. It takes a rare breed of courage to descend into that darkness day after day, trusting your training, your equipment, and the person working beside you with your life. Many of us see flying as one of the safest ways to travel, and for commercial airlines, that's largely true. But that statistic masks the incredible dangers faced by other kinds of pilots. I'm talking about bush pilots in places like Alaska or Africa, agricultural pilots flying low over fields, and helicopter pilots performing rescue operations or maintenance in treacherous mountain terrain. For them, every flight is a high-stakes mission. They aren't taking off from pristine runways. They're using dirt strips, frozen lakes, or jungle clearings where a single rock or soft patch of ground can spell disaster. These pilots are constantly battling the elements: unpredictable winds, sudden whiteouts, and violent storms that can appear out of nowhere in mountainous regions. They fly at low altitudes where there is zero margin for error. A mechanical failure or a moment of spatial disorientation gives you seconds, not minutes, to react. Helicopter pilots, in particular, perform incredibly complex maneuvers, hovering near power lines or plucking stranded climbers from cliff faces, where a single rotor blade strike is catastrophic. This job requires an unbelievable level of skill, calm under pressure, and the ability to make split-second life-or-death decisions. This is a job that many people overlook, but it's one of the most consistently dangerous in our urban jungles. The primary threat for sanitation workers isn't in a wild environment, but on the very streets we drive on every day. They are constantly in and out of their vehicles, often during early morning hours when visibility is poor, putting them at a huge risk of being struck by traffic. Drivers can be distracted, drowsy, or simply not expecting to see someone on foot in the road. It's a relentless game of dodgeball with 2-ton metal boxes. Beyond the traffic, the machinery they work with is incredibly powerful and dangerous. The hydraulic compactors on garbage trucks are designed to crush metal and solid waste. They're unforgiving to a human limb caught by accident. And then there's the waste itself. These workers have no idea what they're handling. They face risks from improperly disposed of hazardous materials, broken glass, sharp metal, and even medical waste like needles. It's a physically demanding job performed in all weather conditions, and it exposes these essential workers to a daily barrage of unseen and unpredictable dangers. The idyllic image of a peaceful farm, really belies a harsh and dangerous reality. Agriculture is one of the oldest and most essential professions, but honestly, it's also one of the most hazardous. Farmers and ranchers work with powerful and complex machinery, and tractor rollovers are a leading cause of fatalities. These are heavy, high center of gravity vehicles, and on uneven or soft ground, they can tip in an instant, often trapping the operator. Getting entangled in the moving parts of equipment like combines or balers is another horrific and all too common risk. But it's not just the machinery. Working with large livestock is inherently unpredictable. A ton of bull or a spooked horse can cause serious injury or death with a single kick or charge. Then there's the exposure. Farmers work long hours under the grueling sun, facing risks of heat stroke and skin cancer. They handle pesticides and chemicals that can have severe long-term health effects. And often, they work in isolated areas, far from medical help. An injury that might be manageable in the city can quickly become life-threatening when you're hours from the nearest hospital. The open road can feel like freedom, but for a professional driver, it's an office fraught with peril. These are the people who form the backbone of our economy, but they pay a high price. The single greatest danger is the sheer amount of time they spend on the road, which drastically increases their exposure to accidents. They share the highways with millions of other drivers, and they can't control who is sleepy, distracted, or driving recklessly. A simple blown tire at high speed or a car cutting them off can lead to a devastating multi-vehicle pileup. But the danger isn't just the other drivers. Fatigue is a silent killer in this industry. Drivers are under immense pressure to meet tight deadlines, pushing them to drive for long, monotonous hours, often through the night. This exhaustion severely impairs reaction time and judgment. Beyond the driving itself, they face risks during loading and unloading, securing heavy cargo, and the potential for robberies or violence when parked in isolated areas. It's a lonely, draining, and high-stress job where the margin for error is razor-thin. We've reached the top of our list, and it's a job that combines two of the most fundamental dangers: extreme height and high-voltage electricity. Power line installers and repairers are the ones who keep our lights on, and they do it by working in an environment that offers zero forgiveness. Their workplace is often a lonely pole or a transmission tower, hundreds of feet in the air, exposed to wind, rain, and ice. A fall from that height is almost certainly fatal. They rely completely on their safety harnesses, their training, and their nerve. But the most insidious threat is the one you can't see: the electricity itself. These workers are dealing with thousands of volts of power, where a single mistake, a tool touching the wrong wire, or a momentary lapse in safety protocol means instant electrocution. They often have to work on live lines to avoid shutting down power for thousands of people, a procedure that requires incredible focus and specialized equipment. Whether they are climbing a tower in a blizzard to restore power or dangling from a helicopter to make a repair, these workers are confronting death on a daily basis. It is, without a doubt, one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. So, there you have it. From the deep forests and the wild oceans to the skies above and the streets we use every day. These jobs are the invisible scaffolding that supports our modern lives. We flip a switch and the lights come on. We turn on the tap and water flows. We buy food from the store. We rarely stop to think about the incredible chain of risk and bravery that makes it all possible. The people who do these jobs aren't seeking thrills. They are working men and women, fathers and mothers, sons and daughters who possess a quiet, everyday courage that is truly extraordinary. They face down their fears not for a medal or for glory, but to get the job done and to provide for their families. It's a powerful reminder that the most essential work is often the most dangerous. The next time you see a construction crew, a garbage truck, or a lineman up on a pole, take a moment to appreciate the immense risk they are taking on our behalf. They are the unsung heroes of our society, embodying the spirit of resilience and determination in the face of constant peril. Their work is a testament to the strength of the human spirit. These 10 jobs are just the tip of the iceberg, of course. There are countless other dangerous professions out there, each with its own unique set of challenges. The world is a tough place, and it takes tough people to make it work. Which of these jobs surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Stay safe out there, and thanks for watching.